What's going on YouTube? Hey, it's Ben Nader. Thank you guys so much for checking out my channel, the channel where we talk about entrepreneurship, staffing, recruiting, all sorts of business-esque type talk. If you love that kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe. If you're already subscribed, just smash the like button for good measure, and let's get right into today's video. So today I wanted to talk specifically about something that I think is of very high value for people starting a recruiting agency, especially the brand new newbies. So this video is all about how to analyze a good recruiting deal. And there are a few things that you absolutely need to pay attention to. Take notes if you have to, watch the video twice, but I've been fielding tons of questions from you guys on the Six Figure Recruiting Academy, on LinkedIn or wherever, but you've been connecting with me, asking me certain questions about what's a good deal, what's a bad deal, how do I see a good deal, how do I know if it's going to work out for me. And I have the secret sauce, I have the recipe, and I have everything you need to know to analyze what is a good recruiting deal for you. What's a good staffing deal when you see one. So if a client approaches you and you start conversations and you get into negotiations and they tell you what their job orders are, how do you know if this is a good deal? Well, there's several ways, and I'll tell you right now, the first one is money. So we're not doing this for fun. Sometimes it's fun, but mostly it's about money, right? So you want to collect a big old check at the end of the day, and you have to make sure that the money's there. So you do this several ways. You basically identify all the mathematics behind the deal. So you look at what percentage terms you're going to agree upon with the person, what the fee is going to be, possibly how much head count they want. Do they want one person? Do they want 5 people? What exactly is the percentage you're going to take on them? Are they giving you a good guarantee period? Are they working with you on like a 30-day guarantee versus like a 60-day guarantee? Or are they trying to push you on a 90-day guarantee? Make sure that the fee and the money is going to work out for you on this deal. If something's amiss and they want 90-day guarantee and they're already trying to cut down your 10% and they only have like one head count, that's a lot of red flags, and I'd probably move away from that deal. It doesn't sound very lucrative to me because of the amount of time and energy you're going to put into it, which segues me perfectly into my next item that you need to analyze in any recruiting deal, which is your time. Time is the most precious resource that we have on planet Earth. And if you haven't heard this before, now you know. So your time is literally all you have. So when you're running an agency, you're running a business, you're running anything for yourself, the most important aspect of it is time, really. So, you know, a lot of people want to start a business and get into business, but you have to grind, you have to put your time into it. And then ultimately, you know, the goal is to kind of segue out and kind of delegate things to other people later on, maybe a year or 2 years down the line. But right now, your time is being put into this. So you have to factor that in and analyze that, whether or not it's going to be a good deal time-wise for you. The way I look at that is basically like, how hard are these candidates going to be to find? So if it's a warehouse that's asking me for a couple forklift drivers, that's relatively easy, and I can do that in a matter of 2 days. I can put some ads up, I can find forklift drivers pretty easily, I can qualify them, I can get them over. That's easy. If someone's looking for an admin that has like HIPAA experience and they have some sort of extensive CRM experience, maybe experience with like a really specific software program, like that might be a serious purple unicorn that I'm trying to find, and it might be a little bit difficult, and so my time might be stretched out. That's okay though if the fee's there. Like if you've got a 12% fee with them and a 30-day guarantee, like by all means go after that, because they balance each other out and things work, you know? All of these factors that I'm gonna give you for analyzing a good recruiting deal balance themselves out. So understand that, you know, if the money isn't perfect, but the time element is amazing and all of the other elements that you analyze are amazing, some of these deals might be perfect for you. So you have to understand the balance when you do your analysis. So time is the second biggest thing, because you want to make sure your time's not being wasted. And trust me on this, once you get roaring, once you get going, clients will come into your inbox and say, hey, yeah, thanks for reaching out to us. We need an admin. Hey, yeah, thanks. We need a salesperson. Hey, we need a whole sales team. And your time is going to get stretched, and you've got to understand what's worth it and what's not. I think I mentioned this in the other day when I did my video about value. You are a valuable entity, and so you need to understand that and really embody that when you look at deals. So the third element in analyzing a good recruiting deal would be feasibility. So this is sort of a culmination of money and your time. So feasibility basically is just a look at everything together at once and kind of identifying what's feasible, what's not. Like, is this going to work out? Is this, you know, like, do you have a clear, the question I would ask myself in any analysis of a deal is, do I have a clear pathway from signing an agreement with these people to finding the candidates for them, for the candidates to most likely stay for the guarantee period, to collect the actual check? That's how I look at it. I mean, that's how I ultimately look at it. I mean, I look at things from terms of signature of the agreement to when the check comes into my inbox. Everything in between is just motions, okay, going through motions. Obviously, you have to have skill, business savvy, and you know what you're doing. Watch a ton of other of my videos if you want to dive in and dig into like the interview process and all of that stuff. But ultimately, in recruiting, especially running your own recruiting agency, you just have to identify if something's going to be feasible for you. If it's not feasible, walk away. There's nothing wrong with walking away from a deal. I mean, ultimately, another deal will pop up for you. And if you are truly in the game, if you're an actual entrepreneur, another deal is going to pop up for you. Come on. I mean, you're going to be shouting out, you know, tons and tons of cold emails, LinkedIn connections, yada, yada, yada. You're going to get more clients. Don't worry about it. Like, there's plenty to go around. There's abundance in this market, okay? So please know that you don't have to fight for every single deal, and you don't have to take crappy deals just because they're right in front of you. So, you know, feasibility of the entire deal is a huge thing. And then I would say just analyze the client themselves. Understand the client, who they are, how they do business, how they treat you. If they treat you with respect, are they, you know, a hard client to deal with? Are they responsive right away? Are they demanding? Are they understanding of you? Do they really vibe with you? Do you guys have a relationship to begin with? Or is it cold and standoffish and like you're a third-party vendor and I don't really want to work intimately with you? You know, I like to work intimately with my clients and make sure that, you know, they feel me, I feel them, like we get on the same page, and so we know exactly what I need to do. Like the clients that I have and I do residual business with, we have great relationships. Like, you know, they'll tell me exactly what they need and I'll be like, I have got that. Totally feel ya, got it, on it, doing it, no problem. And they respect me and I respect them, and it's a perfect relationship. But if you have someone that's demanding or someone, you know, being ludicrous and cold, it might not be feasible and it might not be a good deal after you do your analysis. So just making sure that they're reputable and they're someone you actually want to do business with, that's pretty much huge. The takeaway, okay? So what's the takeaway? How you figure all of this out, how you actually do this, right? Like I've given you a sort of template and I'll put it in the notes of this video, but how you actually execute on this analysis is by asking questions. And so asking questions is so underrated, it's not even believable. Asking questions takes you so far in anything, business and in life. You know, I think, you know, people talk about Bill Gates when they meet Bill Gates and, you know, I guess second richest man in the world now or whatever. Maybe he's the first now with Jeff Bezos and his whole thing. But when they meet him, they were surprised because he asks them so many questions about them and isn't really concerned with the questions they're asking him because he wants to learn from them. And my analogy to that, to what deal analysis is here for recruiting deals, is that you need to be the person that's inquisitive. You need to find out information. The only way to do that is to ask questions. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. This is all to the client's benefit and your benefit, because ultimately if it's not going to work out, it's just not going to work out, and that's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with a deal just not working out. I mean, it happens every single day. But if a deal is to work out and if it is to be feasible and if you are going to make good money on it and it is going to be worth your time and, you know, all of that analysis comes together, you need to ask questions. So find out, you know, like what is the best fee you're willing to go with on this, you know? On average, how hard has it been to fill this position for you? You know, how many people do you think are applying for these jobs in the market right now? Have you had people that you've interviewed that have turned down your offers? You know, find these things out and be inquisitive, ask questions. That's the only way you'll get this information to be able to put your entire analysis together, get a feasibility report in your head and understand, nah, this is probably not for me. I'm going to slide it off my desk. Or, wow, this looks perfect. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Sounds great. I'm going to send you over an agreement and then go from there and make the deal work and make your thousands and thousands of dollars, hopefully, right, on that staffing deal. So this is just a little blurb on how I analyze a recruiting deal. I absolutely make sure that I go through these things when I'm looking at something and ensuring that it's working properly, ensuring that I have a clear pathway to collect that check at the end of the day, because ultimately, you know, on the flip side, you're simply working for free if you do go into a deal that has bad analysis and red flags everywhere, and you follow through and you actually try to go into it. You could be wasting days, weeks, months. I've seen it, I've experienced it. Early on in my career, I think I've searched and put up ads and spent money and put tons of time and effort into deals that went nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. In fact, I think the client literally stopped responding just because it was just going nowhere. It was bad all around. But those good deals outweigh everything, because those good deals that come across can be $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and that's somebody's normal base salary, right? So we want those clients. So you have to analyze your deals, make sure it's the right deal for you, and sign off on it and go after it and get a bunch of those. And so that's all I've got today. It's Friday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. I will be catching you on Saturday for sure, though, so stay tuned. And if you like what you see here, smash the like button, just for good measure. If you like any of the video content that I put out, and if you're enjoying things, and if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe down below. I would truly appreciate you. So I'll catch you guys on Saturday. Take care.